this is my level for quadrants. This first quadrant is called the fire and ice quadrant because it's the only area in the map where I use the ice blocks and the fire blocks. Um, so there's actually secret strawberries over here um, that if you're supposed to try to double jump really fast so that way you land on the pink slime and go all the way down. But if you uh, if you jump up here, it gets you in this little area where you get 2 strawberries, and then you can just go over here and do the jumps a lot easier. But I'll do it for real. And you're supposed to grab the ladder and jump down here. This next area, if you're not paying attention, this will hit you right into those spike blocks. So what you have to do is go quickly around. You're supposed to stop from hitting the spikes over there, and you have to time. There's 4 spike blocks you have to jump up over before your next checkpoint, and you just have to time it right, because if you do it too early, then you die. So that checkpoint down there is in case you accidentally jump above the cloud and you forget to turn on this fan, which I have an arrow pointing to it. The fan helps you get to the next area. So that was the fire and ice quadrant, which is mainly a platformer. And now we're going to go into the conveyor belt, saw, and slingshot. Basically all the mechanical stuff is in this quadrant. So you just have to, avoid the saws, jump up here, get this checkpoint. So the purpose over here is you need to throw this rock, and you're gonna have to throw it on the conveyor belt and get the timing right, because if you throw it too short, then it'll just launch back at you. So what you gotta do is throw it far enough that it gets stuck or it falls on the clouds, whichever one happens, and then you drop it here, and it will go back and forth, and you go over to this back section, and you have to get the rock over that ledge where that other arrow is. And it's just difficult because the rock can kill you, and if you stand on the conveyor belt too long, then it launches you onto the next level. So you just got to get the timing right. As I attempt to do that, there you go. And now that I have the rock past the 2 segments, I jump down here, and the purpose of this is to get the rock to this button on the other side. And so if you miss, then it just goes on this conveyor belt, and you can throw it back over here and start over. As I miss completely. This area I didn't really change too much from its original concept, but I did add some arrows in to make it more aware that you're supposed to bring this rock down here. And that opens up this button that allows you to get your second non-hidden strawberry, and then you jump down to here, get this checkpoint, and you're back down here. Now that because you have that rock on that button, this doorway opens up to the next quadrant. This is the boat and bomb quadrant. It's also the teleporter quadrant, so I use boats and bombs and teleporters only in this quadrant. So you push that boat down here, and you're supposed to align this over here, and then you get the thing to fall, and you push the boat into the water, because if you didn't, then it would go into the teleporter and respawn up at the top. So you go over here, and you jump up the clouds. Push this button that allows you to grab this movable block. You use the movable block to block the teleporter, and now where this boat would teleport back up there, you can now easily push it into the water and fall down over here in this area. You have these go off, and you wait for the bomb to teleport you over here. You grab the boat, drop it in the water, And you get to this elevator, and that gets you into the fourth quadrant. You now get your third unhidden strawberry. You're at this checkpoint. This is the laser and flying segment. It's the hardest quadrant. Originally, the first quadrant, the fire and ice one, was a little bit too hard. I had to tone it down, seeing as if it was the first one, the pacing was off. And so you just use the ladders, and you just have to time it right. Play it safe. I made it so you might get greedy in some areas where you can make it if you rush fast enough, but you're better off waiting. And so you go over here. Oh, I died. And I died again. Oh. Got greedy. It's really bad. Now I'm mainly dying because I'm impatient. So there's secret strawberries at the other end of this. So if you jump over here, there's 2 more hidden strawberries like on the other side of the map. But you can always just jump and grab that ladder. You take the movable block, click the button, and jump off. You'll probably die because there's a lot of lasers. And now the wings are free. So now you get the wings, and you have to fly up without dying, preferably. It's all about getting that timing right. And you drop down, and you're at the end. And so the point of the level was that you need to get through each different type of area. The first area is a platformer. Second one is more puzzle-based, but a little bit platformer. The third area is almost entirely puzzle. And the last one is a obstacle avoidance. Mainly lasers and more platforming. And it gets you down to the end. And I designed it so that way you pass the exit multiple times. But so you always know where it is from the very beginning, and you pass it. So you go over here, you get a strawberry, it has 1 green dot. You go over here, you get the second strawberry, it has 2 green dots. You go over here, you get the third strawberry, and then you get to the end, and you know that you can make it. Even if you don't find the secret ones, you still get the 3 strawberries that allows you to get to the end. And that's my level.